too. I can tell we're gonna have a good time. I promised I'd tell you a story. This is gonna be a story about a case of puppy love. That feeling you get when your love is new and fresh. You just want to pant all day long. Smell each other. Lick each other's noses. Puppy love. It had been a long night. A night where couples were everywhere I looked. Holding hands, smiling, kissing. One of those nights where I almost believed love could be real and not just a lie to keep us from realizing we're all going to be dead someday. But it only keeps you preoccupied for so long. And the new, fresh puppy love hormones start to wear off, and suddenly that mask disappears and you see the other person for who they really are, but it's too late because you already got married and made the insane promise that you'd love each other till you're dead. And now you're trapped forever. Or you have to break your vows and live with that. But that puppy love phase sure is nice. I just decided to go back to my office, have a few drinks, and appreciate what it's like to be free.
Ms. Rocket?
That's me.
I'm Linda Labrador.
It's nice to meet you, Ms. Labrador. Care for a drink?
Always.
She's my kind of woman. Take your time. Have as much as you want. It's in a fancy bottle, but it's whiskey I made under my desk. So there's always more where that came from. Have a seat.
I will. I want to warn you, or tell you, sorry. My daughter's with me, and she's an oversharer. And we need your help. And I just I implore you to please help us, even if she just keeps talking.
Where is she now, Ms. Labrador?
I'm in the hallway.
Seems like maybe she heard everything you said.
She knows. She knows. We talk about it a lot.
The woman who walked in that night was the kind of woman who can afford somebody better than me. But she comes to me because she's got something she wants to hide. Other people, they go to the police if they don't have a lie that they want to keep secret. Or people with money go to somebody if usually a man is what I'm trying to say. They really only come to see me when there's nowhere else to go. Come on in.
Hi.
Some entrance.
I'm Jessica. My mom tries to keep me quiet, but I think you want to hear what I have to say, don't you, Miss Rocket?
Let's just tell her what we need, Jessica.
Okay.
And only what we need.
I'm newly married, Ruby. Have you ever been married?
God, no.
Oh, it's the best. Or at at least I thought it was gonna be.
How long you been married?
Just a month.
Enjoy it.
No, I haven't been, because it's been bad. It's been so bad, and before it wasn't bad.
It's all right. We don't need to know exactly why
He's
it's
so
bad.
beautiful. What a man, this man. My Hank. Oh, he's so sexy. And I love him. And I was so excited to get married because we didn't want to do anything before we were officially married. And then we got married and it was like, yeah! We can do stuff now! And that was a month ago, Miss Rocket. But we still ain't done stuff. Sex.
I understand what you're saying. I absolutely understand what you're saying.
It's very obvious, Jessica.
But I just don't understand what you want me to do about it. I can't force a man to have sex with his wife.
Oh, no.
If I could, I'd make a lot more money.
I don't know what's wrong, and I don't know why he's being this way. I don't think he needs to be forced. I mean, look at me. I think something weird is going on, Miss Rocket, and I don't know if there's somebody else. Or maybe he's in trouble. Or maybe there's somebody else. Maybe she's not tall. Maybe he decided he wanted someone petite. All I know is that Hank has changed since we got married, and I need your help to figure out why.
How did you two meet?
I used to be a cigarette girl at the racetrack.
Two cigarettes, please.
I'm actually all out of cigarettes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. I'll just...
Is there anything else I could get you?
Would you mind doing that a little bit closer to my ear?
Would I mind?
Oh!
No, of course not.
What's your name?
I was gonna say, what's your name? At the same time, we're so in sync. I'm Jessica.
I'm Hank.
Yes.
Jessica. I think you're the woman that I'm going to marry one day.
What was a classy woman like you doing working as a cigarette girl at the racetrack?
Sometimes I like to push boundaries a little bit with Mom. Mom has a lot of ideas about how a Labrador woman should behave. And it's all tea parties and finishing schools. And I'm like, I want to have fun though. And also, have you seen men?
So when did you start seeing his behavior change?
That was sure a great wedding.
That was the best wedding that I've ever dreamed of, Jessica.
Well, and you know what's supposed to happen now, right?
Not consummation.
No, exactly consummation.
I want to wait longer, Jessica.
Why?
Because that's how marriages work here in Kashigo City. Okay?
But Hank, we waited all this time and we did this whole thing so that we didn't have to wait anymore. I'm tired of waiting, Hank.
Well, think of the explosion that will happen.
Why did you laugh when you said explosion? he said explosion, which I thought was weird. Because previous to this, we had been fairly sexually explicit in our talk. We had not, sorry, Mom. We had not done sexual things, but we had described the type of sexual things that we intended.
So then, it's like I'll be
and then
on top, and then you'll be, and then afterwards we'll go like, and then you go, oh, and then you go.
Neither of us had ever done it.
It sounds like terrible sex.
Yes. Again, you're realizing it would have been, a lot of it I was guessing at, and just kind of following what felt like it would feel good.
The positions she described were positions no one would ever want to try. And they didn't really involve sex. And I wondered, why did she assume he was cheating? Because he actually just seemed completely incompetent at sex.
You're probably wondering why I think it's cheating.
Why do you think it's cheating?
Well, he's been, he has these appointments, or he says that he has meetings or appointments or like a regular sort of situation where he's going somewhere and
He's going out at night for hours.
I don't know why.
Because he's cheating. I'm sorry to break the bad news to you.
But Ma, shouldn't we let...
Do you have any information? Or is that just your best guess?
Ooh, Mom, she made you look dumb just there. She's a private detective, okay? So we should probably, let her figure out if he's cheating. We shouldn't just tell her what we know.
You know, just go ahead and tell me one more sex position you know about.
And then we'll be like, my butt will be on your head, and then your ankle.
And no, so you've also never had sex.
Describe sex.
I can't.
So they continued to fight in my office for about another 2-3 hours. And then they finally left. Meanwhile, I drank my whiskey and enjoyed the show. I had nothing better to do, and everything I had heard so far that night just reinforced how I was feeling about love anyway. I decided I'd start where their relationship started, at the racetrack, Kashigo Meadows, where greyhounds run with the best. That's their logo, or their motto, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. But it seems to work for them. But I thought, well, if he met his wife there, maybe he had a thing for cigarette girls and dog tracks. I walked in and I approached a security officer. They always see everything that's going on, but know how to keep a secret.
Hey.
Afternoon.
It's nighttime.
Sure.
Can I have some of that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're pretty.
Oh, thanks.
Just not a lot of ladies come around here.
I love dog tracks and watching animals race each other.
Oh, yeah?
With no idea why they're doing it,
Yeah.
but putting their little hearts into it until the pads of their feet are worn out.
You got a favorite? You want to see where I keep all the dogs? I mean, I don't keep the dogs. I mean, their owners keep them there. But I like to kind of, when it's night, I shouldn't tell you this, but when it's night, I like to imagine that this whole track is my track. And I like to reimagine how I do things different if I ever got control.
What a man. I'd love it if you'd show me around.
Oh, yeah?
I love dogs.
Cool. There's also some places we could kiss.
Sounds good to me.
These are some of the seats. They're good. You can sit on them if you want. That's a nice thing a lot of people do. And then the dogs all run over there. That's cool.
On the track?
Yeah, they run on the track, which is cool.
That's why they call it a dog track. Or a race track.
Yeah, that makes sense now that you say it. And then,
I just love a man who knows so much about the place that he works.
Yeah, I've been here 25 years.
You must see all kinds of things.
Yeah, nah.
No?
I just kind of keep my head down, try not to bother anybody.
But it's a racetrack. People come here to gamble. There's pretty cigarette girls everywhere.
There was one real tall one. She was beautiful. Where's she been? You know, I'm not particularly observant, which you think would be a problem in this line of work.
No, it makes total sense to me.
Yeah.
I'm exactly the same way.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So again, these are seats people sit on.
Yeah, they said, what? I know you want to show me the seats because maybe we could kiss here.
Yes, good point. Who brought it up first?
But maybe if you show me the kennels and I can see some of the dogs.
Yeah. You and the dogs.
That gets me hot.
That's weird. I'm not judging anybody. I'm not kink shaming anybody. It's 1934, but yeah. But I mean, that's not my thing. But I mean, we can have separate things. They can be co-harmonious. Harmonious?
Oh, look, here's some.
Am I saying it? Co-harmonious?
Harmonious?
No, I think it's
compatible.
I'm pretty sure it's co-harmonious.
Sure.
Okay.
Whatever you say.
Yeah.
You're the.
Oh shit.
Have you noticed that there's a dead body in a kennel?
Shit.
Isn't that what they pay you to prevent?
Yeah, I'm gonna go because I don't want them to find a dead body while I'm here.
So you're just gonna leave?
Yeah, if anybody asks, I wasn't here and I didn't do it.
It's odd that the security guard ran out and slammed the door behind himself. I guess that makes him a prime suspect. I dragged the body out from the kennel. It's a good thing he was dead because his head was where he could look straight up my dress. He looked familiar. He looked like somebody called Hank that I had heard about recently. See, Jessica had showed me pictures, and I could recognize that face anywhere. He had his tongue out in every picture she showed me. And even in death, his tongue hung out in that same way. Like a dog when he's panting, only his tongue was fat and soggy. I guess I had some bad news to tell my client. It was time to go back and let her know her husband was dead. I went to the Labrador house. It was up on the hill where the 3 big houses are in Kashigo. See, we're a pretty middle to low class city, so there's only a handful of rich people in Kashigo. And the Labradors, they hadn't been there long. I went up to have a chat. I wanted to talk to Jessica, but her mother was the only one home. Yeah, see you later, Pop.
Hold up. Yeah, oh, someone's at the door. Ms. Rocket, I could see your red dress from yards away.
It's the first time in all these years that's occurred to me that red's probably not the best color for a private detective to sleuth around in. But I guess it says, warning! I don't know. I've got some bad news. Is Jessica home?
She's in her bedroom. Just tell me what the problem is.
Why don't you call her down so I can give her the news?
I'll take the news.
Well, she's the one who...
I'll take it.
I'm sure you will, but I'd like to share it with her.
I will take the news. If I can point out that you have a red dress
just keep
and it's
saying
not
over and over
appropriate,
again that you'll take it. It's like
Give
you're
me
not
the
even
news.
listening. Not saying anything till you get Jessica down here.
And I'm not giving you the rest of your money unless you tell me now what the news is.
All right, fine. I don't really give a shit. Hank's dead. I found his body at the meadows. He was all rigor mortis up like a dog begging for a treat.
Oh, is his tongue out?
His tongue was out, but the only treat that night was death.
Thank you, Miss Ruby. That's all we need to know, and I will tell my daughter the news. Go. Thank you.
That's it?
That's it. I appreciate it, and I will drop off your money tomorrow. Thank you for being here.
Don't you want me to figure out who killed your son-in-law? Your daughter's husband?
Yes.
For some reason, I don't believe you, Mrs. Labrador.
Sorry, I'm just emotional. I'm just hard to take the news.
I didn't see any emotion on her face at all. Except maybe impatience with me for not just walking out the door without asking more questions. Now I was suspicious. I had two suspects. Security guard who ran away and slammed the door. And Mrs. Labrador. Look, you're the one paying me, and if you say this case is over, this case is over. But I didn't find out if he was cheating, and I didn't find out who made him dead. But you can pay me what you want to pay me, and I'll walk away. Is that what you want?
Thank you for coming, Miss Rocket. I'll pay you tomorrow.
Why pay me tomorrow when you could pay me today? I mean, I'm here. You probably have some checks lying around.
Here's I'll pay you tomorrow, Ms. Rocket.
You scare me.
I should scare you. Good day, Ms. Rocket.
I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe we can finish what we just started.
That red dress really fits you well.
I walked away all hot and bothered. The meaner Mrs. Labrador was to me, the colder she was, the more I just wanted to light the fire, burn the coldness away with desire and passion. Do you ever feel that way? You ever come home and Hallie's all cold and distant and you're like, oh, I'm gonna change this. Yeah. That's what I thought. Well, I wasn't gonna leave the case alone that easy. I like to finish a puzzle once I've started solving it. Plus, I didn't really have anything else to do. And it was Valentine's Day. So I wanted to keep myself distracted from the fact that we're all mortal and I didn't have anyone to make out with. So I went down to the morgue, see what the autopsy could tell me.
You're so handsome. That's what you just said to me, huh?
Okay.
Oh. Today's the day, huh?
My first autopsy.
Yeah, your first autopsy. It's a dead body coming in.
I know.
And so when it comes, you're gonna open it up, and then maybe we'll make love on top of it. Who knows?
I am so into you.
I'm so into you too. Okay.
I just think that was weird.
Okay, you want to like rewind or something?
Yeah, let's rewind.
Let's rewind.
Cool.
I'm so into you. You want to like
You're
make
so
love on a
handsome.
bed or something?
Have you been sniffing formaldehyde?
I've been trying new things. I don't know.
Oh, hey, Bobby.
How you doing, Ruby Rocket? Long time no see.
Long
Coming
time no
down here.
see. Haven't had a dead body on your hands for a little while. Not a suspicious one,
Oh,
anyway.
they come, they go. They come, they go.
So do you, Bobby.
Yeah.
Keep your eye out for this one. It'll break your heart.
Oh.
Remember that time we made love on top of that dead body? That was amazing.
That was the best.
I
We'll
recommend
talk about
it.
it
If you ever have the opportunity, there's something just all of life, all in one moment, affirming how alive you are on top of somebody dead. Anyway,
Quite the romantic.
happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's. You want a drink? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Not yet, Ruby.
It just seems so slippery.
We'll put blankets on top of it. It's not a big deal.
Once they're dead, they're pretty cold, and rigor mortis sets in. And anyway,
Make it. Never
came
mind.
with I'm on a case. It came for a purpose.
What can we do for you, Ruby Rocket?
I'm wondering what you found out when you saw Hank.
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 Hank?
Guy named Hank.
Hank.
Blonde hair, blue eye, real attractive looking guy.
We did have.
He was blonde and blue-eyed. I don't know how attractive I'd say he
He's
is.
like on the verge of balding. And yeah, I've seen that guy.
Well, I haven't.
Yeah, well,
You've seen him here in the morgue, or you've seen him around town?
I've seen him around town. He's at the bars, he's at the pony tracks, he's at the poochie tracks, he's everywhere, Ruby.
But
I ain't seen him in this morgue, though.
well, he's dead.
He's what?
He's dead. I saw him myself with my own 2 eyes.
Could you please not point the gun at your two eyes? She shot me once before on accident. I'm just, she's done.
And we didn't even stop doing it.
Oh.
I like to keep my gun in my hand. It feels like an extension of my power. But you telling me you haven't seen Hank in here today? Or yesterday?
We've seen a short man, came in with glasses and brown hair. We've seen a lady, about 75,
Dad.
came in. Well, yeah, I think that was insinuated.
Thanks for clarifying that. All right.
But I haven't seen anybody like that. Any other characteristics that might help?
He doesn't know a lot about sex. I know that.
Are you sure? Maybe he does, though.
He does not. He does not. He knows nothing about sex. He likes the dog tracks.
Okay.
I know a lot about sex.
Settle down, Bobby. I'll be out in a minute. He has a mole right here in his cheek, shaped like a heart.
Put that in your face.
Oh, shit! Sorry, I'll get that light fixed for you, Bobby, as soon as I have the money.
That's okay. He's got light shards all through your hair. Get him out. Yeah, you know, if somebody comes around looking like that.
He's got a mole shaped like a heart right here under him. Right here. He's got a mole right here under his. Look, I only have so many hands and I have a lot of stuff I gotta carry.
None of those things seem important, though, Ruby. Maybe.
They're important to me.
Okay.
You've never seen him?
No.
He has a mole shaped like a heart.
Get it.
There's no mole-shaped heart. Beautiful, man.
All right.
Hey, Ruby.
Suspicious considering he's dead and you're the only morgue in town. What is it, Bobby?
Are you accusing us of something?
Yeah, you accusing us of something?
Well, that makes me think you're guilty of something. 'Cause I wasn't accusing you of anything.
Well, I've never seen Hank. And I've never known a man that looked like that and had blonde hair and was good in bed.
And had a heart right here on his cheek under his. You've never seen him dead or alive?
Hey, Ruby.
What's your name, nurse?
Rita?
You've never seen him anywhere, Rita?
No.
Even Bobby's seen him at the bars.
I haven't seen him.
Ruby. He ain't around here, okay?
He's not here.
He ain't around
Never
here.
been here, never seen him, touched him, never.
Now, can't you just let a nurse and a janitor? I play janitor.
Bobby, someday you gotta hire a janitor.
I'm not a doctor.
You told me you were a doctor.
Okay, we'll talk about this later, Rita.
I left as Rita processed it. Bobby loves to do his own autopsy before the doctor comes in. It's just something he does. Why else would you work at a morgue if you didn't have a morbid interest? But clearly Rita was somebody with something to hide. And I wanted to find out what. Who killed Hank? Was it Mrs. Labrador? Was it the Greyhound racetrack security guard? Was it Rita? Pretty nurse who seemed to know a lot about sex. I decided to start by going back to Mrs. Labrador's house. But this time I wasn't going in. I stood outside by the street lamp and I looked up in the window, and what did I see? What did I see? You're watching it right now. I saw Mrs. Labrador, and she was talking to somebody. Who was it? It was Hank. See, they know what's going on. It looked like they were having an argument. Maybe it was over the fact that Hank's ghost was coming back and haunting her house. Or maybe it was that Hank wasn't dead at all. And it was just something the two of them put together a story they made up so that they could have the sex that he wouldn't have with his daughter, with his daughter's mother. Happy Valentine's Day. I watched as they were suddenly interrupted and Hank ran off. And in came the grieving widow. The grieving virgin widow. Heartbroken and sexually frustrated. Her tantrum was so big that Hank came in for a few final words and left again without her even noticing. It looked like something was going down. And it was time for me to see what I should do about it. I left and went down to the police station. I thought I could talk this over with my old friend Rick. Have you ever loved somebody so hard that every time you see them you start to sweat? And your sweat soaks through all your clothes until your clothes are so heavy it feels like you can barely manage to keep wearing them because water's so heavy. Did you ever love somebody that hard? No, I didn't think so. Neither have I. Hello, Rick.
Happy Valentine's
Happy Valentine's Day. What a stupid holiday, huh?
Yeah.
Celebrating love and stupid shit like that.
I don't know. Sometimes think it all seems kind of nice.
Yeah, well then what happened to us, Rick, then what?
We done this too much, Ruby.
We don't want too much, Rick. I don't know what you're talking about. Sometimes I think that just as soon as you think you haven't done it, you've done some too much, you haven't, maybe enough, and maybe more is what you...
Ruby, I knew you'd be here tonight. You know why? Because you show up every Valentine's Day real drunk.
Is it Valentine's Day? I hadn't even noticed, Rick. I love Valentine's Day. Cheers, lovers.
We just talked about Valentine's Day.
Hey, Rick, we're shutting down for the night. Just gonna dim the lights a little bit, okay? And then put on the red lights.
Thanks.
That's what we do when we shut down. Take care, Rick.
Thanks, Kamish.
Yeah, I guess it's been Valentine's Day on and off throughout the day.
Yeah. You look sad, Ruby.
It's just this case I can't figure out, Rick. That's all. That's why I came to see you.
Yeah. Cases are hard.
Rick was as dumb as he was handsome. And as handsome as he was dumb, and that's what made him so irresistible to me. We grew up together. His dad was a cop. That's how I started solving cases. We were like two little detectives. He'd have us help solve things because we were small and we fit into small spaces. And when we grew up, we were both going to be cops. But only one of us was allowed to.
Like the other day, I was doing this case, and all the signs pointed to it being this one guy. But then I asked him, and he said he didn't do it. So shit, I don't know.
Oh, Rick, that's so sweet. I'm just gonna say, maybe go back and keep working on that guy. Maybe don't believe what everybody says.
But Ruby, he said he didn't do it.
Right, I'm just being dumb, Rick.
Okay.
He must not have done it if he said he didn't.
What about your case? What's so hard about it?
I don't love you, Rick.
Okay.
Anyway, got this case where I found a dead body, Rick.
Did you tell the police, Ruby?
Hadn't gotten that far yet. I was being paid to find somebody who might be cheating on his wife.
Oh, yeah.
Instead, I found somebody dead in a dog kennel at the Meadows.
So you couldn't ask him if he had done it or not. That's hard.
You know, it's funny you should say that, Rick, because looks like he did do it. Looks like he's not dead at all. Looks like he was just trying to make me think he was dead, and maybe everybody else, so he could be with his mother-in-law in a romantic way.
Jesus Christ. Happy fucking Valentine's Day, huh?
That's how love is, Rick.
Not all love, Ruby.
Sure it is, Rick.
No, some love's nice and good and just can't work for, I don't know. Why can't it work?
I don't know, why can't it work, Rick?
Wait, Ruby, there's reasons it can't work. I just don't remember what they are because I'm dumb. But I just know.
It's because love is a lie, Rick.
No, I used to write it on my hand, but it was like a couple days ago.
Maybe if it washed off, maybe that reason doesn't exist anymore.
Maybe. I don't think that's how it works, though.
Hopefully you'll forget not only what the reason is, but maybe someday you'll forget there was a reason at all.
Maybe someday, Ruby. But I don't think this Valentine's Day.
So this guy he's not dead, and I just thought maybe that's a crime. To pretend you're dead when you're not.
Actually, the fact that you never told the police means it's not a crime. He just told you, and no offense, but...
He also told his wife. Well, he didn't tell his wife. I told his mother, who told his wife, and she still believes it. So that seems like fraud to me.
Yeah, I have to look this up.
Just believe me, Rick.
No.
It's a crime, and I just want to know, why might somebody pretend they're dead when they're not? Why might somebody want to make their wife believe they're gone when they're not?
Because they're probably hiding something.
It's a good guess, Rick.
Yes.
There's very little in the world I love more than watching Rick celebrate when he put 2 and 2 together. It was a dance like no other. It only made me not love him more. So I just need your advice, Rick. What should I do? Should I just drop the case, or should I try to figure out what's going on? This mother seemed very interested in me not investigating this case anymore, which only, you know me, makes me want to investigate it more.
Yeah.
You want to help?
Sure. I can back you up. I mean, it's Valentine's Day.
All right, where do you think we should start?
What if we get them all together? Is that dumb? I just did all that dancing. Is that dumb?
How about this? I met a nurse who seemed like she knew him. But she didn't want to admit it. Maybe we should go down to the hospital.
Yeah, okay.
Have a look around.
Okay.
Okay.
This is going to be fun. Maybe I'll get to shoot somebody. Cheers.
Rick and I headed down to the hospital. We pretended like we were a couple. Like maybe I thought I was pregnant. That was fun. Did you ever think she was pregnant when you didn't want her to be? I'm sure you're comfortable sharing that in a room. It's just us here at this bar. But the truth is, we found